Way to the ring. You can see it in his eyes. You just know he's got that feeling tonight. Little get to know you here in the opening round, scheduled for 10. Little head hunting with the left. Teddy, through the history of the sport, this is one of the matchups that has produced some of the more interesting fights, especially in the lower weight classes. Speed versus speed.
Who's going to be the guy that uses speed better? Who's going to be able to time shots and control range? That's what I'm looking at.
That was nice. He just drew the punch from his opponent, and then a good counter by Roy Jones.
Yeah, like running through the rain without getting wet. Beautiful.
Good block by Wladimir Klitschko. Roy Jones Jr.'s hurt from that. Wow, what an uppercut. Roy Jones Jr.'s being damaged right now. Punch after punch is coming in. Wow, was Roy Jones Jr. stunned? Oh, and there you go. A defensive lapse there. Roy Jones Jr.'s leaning forward. His opponent got him with the uppercut.
And the perfect selection of a punch when a guy's leaning forward.
1, 2.
Roy Jones Jr. finds himself down, but not necessarily out, as he rises up to fight on. Look at the accuracy with that hook upstairs. Scoring well with that hook by Roy Jones. Wladimir Klitschko's hurt by a superb hook to the head. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Wladimir Klitschko's got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still, it could get nasty as the fight progresses. Roy Jones Jr.'s got a real problem on his hands now, Teddy. I think the cut is actually Wladimir Klitschko's damage. Can you believe this? Each man has hurt the other. And that's the end of round 1. Jones's defense is going to need to shine when he gets back out there. I mean, just look at the close-up of that cut we're seeing.
Yeah, he's got to use his legs. You're right, Joe. He's got to get out there and buy some time for those medicines to work.
You know, you go out there, a fighter like this, you were just knocked down in the last round. Now you got to go out there, you got to prove to your opponent, hey, I'm fine. You got to prove to the whole arena, hey, look at me, I'm fine. You also have to prove a lot to yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, but you have to remember, that's a good question, but you have to remember this fighter has been there before. So just remember, I have dealt with it before. And then you have to be David Copperfield. A little bit of a magician, a little smoke and mirrors, and con your opponent. Let him think you're all right. Let him think you even want to fight when really you just want to buy a little time.
Roy Jones Jr. is putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Wladimir Klitschko. Nice work blocking that, and then an uppercut of his own. Roy Jones Jr. is showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch.
Keep moving.
Basic but beautiful. Jab, left hand. You know, boxing is a global sport. I think sometimes in North America we lose touch of that, but boxing is such a global sport, and every little region of the country defines its fighters differently, and the fighters are defined by where they come from.
Yeah, it really is. You know, sometimes if a fighter is from maybe a place where there's not many resources, then you're going to get a fighter who's a little cruder, and he's going to have to be more physical because, you know, he doesn't have the apparatuses in the gym where, you know, he can hit a double end ball or, you know, he can be inclined to be a little bit more technical. And I think that you're influenced by those kind of things, by the lackings of certain benefits in somebody's background or preparation.
Excellent 1-2 by Roy Jones.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
Flush right hand to the head. unable to score with the hook. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Well timed by Roy Jones. He took a step back, landed the counter punch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
Jones is committed to that counter punching very early on here in this fight, and that can pay off as the night continues.
Oh, it's paying off right now because you see that his opponent now is getting a little worried about letting...
There it is! Well, we know he survived earlier, but now he goes down for a second time. Jones is back up, but is he back in the fight?
We're going to find out in a second whether or not he moves his head. Now, if he just stands there straight and you're the trainer, you better get up on those steps and stop it. He's not right.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect.
Keep your head moving. Stay on the outside.
10 seconds to go in this third round. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. He got caught by that right hand. He never saw it coming. He may be looking to clinch here. Wladimir Klitschko's enjoying a lead on Teddy's scorecard the first time we look at the scores ringside here tonight. Although early on here, it's not as if either man is in complete control of this fight. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Fine hook by Roy Jones Jr. Real excellent work there. Good jab by Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko's putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter. And the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Committing to the work downstairs with the left. Wladimir Klitschko's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success. Scored well upstairs with the right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs.
Got this one.
Roy Jones Jr. is the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Not an accurate hook at all. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Doubles up the jab. Scores up top with a left. And round 4 comes to an end. Wladimir Klitschko's cut man is going to earn his pay for sure. That is a bad gash.
And I wondered what he's using in there. You know, you can only use certain things, Avatine, adrenaline, and thrombin. I'm wondering if he's using legal things right now because that's the kind of cut that tempts you to use crazy glue.
Big uppercut right on the mark. Nice uppercut from Roy. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counter puncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
Wladimir Klitschko's well off the mark that time. Oh, a nice two-punch combo by Roy Jones. Halfway into round number 5 here. Blocking a score. Big right hand from Roy Jones. Everybody knows Wladimir Klitschko wants to do that right there. The jab, the straight, typically the win. How about that left hand? A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. Right to the head with that right. Solid left hand to the head. Wladimir Klitschko's got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. The start of the 6th round. Roy Jones Jr.'s corner has to be pleased with everything they've seen so far tonight. Consensus ringside is that this is a one-sided fight, that he's in complete control on the scorecard.
Yeah, well, he's having his way, and it's not going to change unless he gets a little cocky here. If he starts looking for maybe one shot instead of putting them together the way he's doing, maybe it allows his opponent to have a little bit of hope, a little ray of hope to get back in this fight.
Wladimir Klitschko has every tool on the tool belt. Now you see what happens when he utilizes one of them, the left hand. You know, it's one thing to be a catcher in baseball, but you don't want to be one in boxing, and that's what he's doing right now. He's getting hit.
Yeah, and he's got to find a way to pitch.
He scored well after being hit himself.
Nice, nice.
Look at that. Some way, somehow, he's got to try to get up. Roy Jones Jr.'s down, and he looks to be out.
Now we're going to see what's inside this man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's being dominated now. Yes, he got up from that knockdown, but this fight could be over at any moment. You got to think the referee's taking a look.
If he's a good ref, he is, but fighters have come back. As dismal as this looks, as bad as this looks, they have come back from 4.
Hook off the jab.
Good flush shot upstairs. Little head hunting never hurt. Does it with the hook. Solid jab by Wladimir Klitschko. A little 1-2. Jab followed by the cross. Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. Super jab by Wladimir Klitschko. End of the round. A round in which a knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, if you're the trainer in the corner of the guy scoring the knockdown, what are some of the things you want to remind him of?
You want to remind him how he got there, because a lot of times it's the tendency to just remember the punch that put him there. He dressed him up. He set that punch up. Don't think about just the punch that landed. Think about the setup punches.
And now he scores well with the straight right. Wow, nice. Oh, that's gotta hurt. How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wladimir Klitschko's gonna keep taking this test, rising up after being knocked down. Able to cover up that gut. He digs in, trying to bank away body shots with the combo. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Great movement to get away from those punches. Resourceful 1-2 combo by Roy Jones. He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Solid, and Wladimir Klitschko is down. He got knocked down with a power shot right on Klitschko's mug. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Jones is missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Really good work right there, landing the 2 punches in sequence by Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. showing some defense with the block. And round 7 comes to an end. Start of round number 8 here. Let's look at Teddy's scorecard. As you can see, Jones is up on Teddy's scorecard. He's been applying a good amount of pressure, and many times you get a close competitive fight like this, you're always going to give the lean to the guy who's working more.
Yeah, he's keeping him defensive. You know, his offense is also working as his defense because, yeah, we're saying that he's ahead because he's working more, as you just said, and you said properly, but this guy ain't working. There's a reason why. Because this guy's working.
Big right hand. Wladimir Klitschko's big shot he just scored with. Can you believe that? What a huge punch. You couldn't have seen that one coming.
And those are the ones you usually don't prepare for. You prepare for the ones that are more sophisticated, the ones that are a little tighter in the gym. You don't have training for these.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jones is going to have to pull himself together here. Now, he beat the count, but still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work because he doesn't have the benefit of his legs. Can't move around there wobbly right now. So what he's got to do is grab on a little bit and walk. Walk to the ropes. Kill some time. Make the referee come in between you and break you.
The halfway point of big shot there. Jones has got to beat the count, but I don't think he has it in him. Over. Fight is over. Wladimir Klitschko's opponent is floored. A knockout victory. Boy, was that impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of knockouts, your winner, Dr. Steel Hammer Klitschko.
Woke up the fans. Wow, did that wake up the fans. A fight that was assured of heading to the judge.